Hello. I am Elijah Kennedy, and my hair is incredibly messy right now because we just finished filming. So right now I'm just making this video rushed. I figured the best thing I could do was, just because I'm a complete Twitter whore, that I would just read out some of my favorite tweets so far, and then tell the stories behind them. Okay, Morgan is a vegetarian, and we were sitting around in acting class, and Morgan's going on like, everyone should have lambskin with them all the time. And Claire's like, yeah, that's coming from a vegetarian. So I looked at Morgan's like, you're a vegetarian? And he's like, well, yeah. And I'm like, well, if we were going to get married, then our marriage would probably suffer. And Claire, incredibly innocent, just looks up at me. Why don't you just eat his meat? And we all laughed at Claire, who really had no idea what we were talking about. Zachary Cole the Monster threw up on a little kid's ride. One of my friends, Shane, I was hanging out with him after he got out of jail, before he went back in. He's talking about how he really needs to perform intercourse with someone. And so I was asking him why, and he's like, I haven't had sex since I got out of prison. Yeah. About a month ago, it had been the 1-year anniversary since Michael Jackson passed away. My dad was commenting about how it didn't seem like it had been a year. And I was like, yeah, it seems like it had been about 2 months. Because that's how long ago they stopped reporting it. Me and Morgan. All my stories involve Morgan, basically. Okay, but me and Morgan were hanging out at the graveyard, and we were lying down, and I've never been afraid of zombies, really, but this sort of kind of got into my mind that day, and I was just thinking, I wonder what it'd be like if a zombie attacked me. And apparently my shirt was riding up a little bit, and so Morgan reached over and touched me, but he was on the right of me, and his hand kind of reached across, because I was looking at him in the face, right? And his hand reached across, I didn't see it, and he touched me, and I jumped like 2 feet in the air, I kicked him to safety, and I screamed very loudly and femininely. He's made fun of me about it a lot. Let it be known that from this day forth, every maiden who doth wear brassiere will be referred to as a sneaky bastard. Okay. I read a thing about vibration-powered batteries, and there is no punchline needed for that. Did you know that the plural of the word uterus is uteruses? It's not uteri, and that really disappointed me. I actually went and Googled that one day. I went through quite a lot of research. Because I wanted to find the plural of uterus.
I had to go extensive research for that one.
Research
For that one.
Me and Morgan were at McDonald's one day, and I don't know if it's just I do this, or if it's a fairly common thing around people, but I joke about killing hookers quite frequently. I have several tied up in the basement. And, whenever I get bored, I kill one of them. And we were at McDonald's, and one of the plastic plants, one of the leaves of it fell down. And so I picked up the plant, and I put it back where it was supposed to be and everything. I was like, there, that's my good deed for the day. That makes up for killing that hooker. This old fat lady was sitting right beside us. She, like, darted her head towards us and just stared at us. And, like, for the rest of her meal, she kept looking at us constantly. It's probably one of my favorite memories of all time.
Oh. She did not look impressed whatsoever.
I think me and Morgan were eating 5 gum that one day, and it had, like, it said it was, okay, I was eating gum, and he asked what flavor it was, and I'm like, rain flavored, and so he's like, what does rain taste like? And I'm like, well, apparently it tastes like mint, and he's like, I think I'm gonna have to call bullshit on that one. Trying to say something sexual. I think we were trying to freak out a homophobic guy, just for fun. And I was like, I want you in your pants. I'll say that again. I want you in your pants.
Too late.
One day, me, Morgan, and my brother, we rounded up 355 balloons, and we blew them up. It took us about 3 hours for about a 7-second video clip. And that we didn't even use for the video we intended it for. But we made it our own video, and that also will be in the link. I'm gonna have a lot of links here, so go through them all, watch them all many times, get my views up, subscribe to me, text me, tell me you love me, make love to me. I love you.
Annotation.
What?
Annotation. Right there.
What about an annotation?
Put it right there.
What about an annotation?
Okay, don't lick the annotation.
We were sharing a slushie because that's what best friends do. And then we were at the park, and there were these little kids there, which didn't deter us or anything. And they were walking by, this like little 4-year-old kid. He was adorable in the way that I hate kids. And his dad. And he looked at us. He's like, "Oh, I thought it was a boy and a girl." Probably referring to how feminine Morgan looks, because since I got my hair cut, it doesn't look female-ish at all. It's getting back there. Except it's really messy right now. Probably look like a unicorn. My friend Zach's grandma's a slut. I'm sluttier. I haven't figured out how I'm gonna do this yet, but anyone who comments on this video using the word hussy, they will be rewarded in some way in the future. And yes, Morgan, I know you're gonna do this. So if you comment several times using the word hussy, you will be rewarded several times. And you know my kind of rewards. So, I cannot whistle that superbly. But he can. I can snap my fingers. But he can't. So, I was practicing whistling the other day, and I was walking through town whistling, and occasionally it would appear as if I was whistling at people who were nearby. At one point, I looked like I was whistling at this old Asian dude. So it was like, and then he responded by going at me. I'm not even kidding. It was really scary. I thought he was putting a curse on me.
Them Asians and their hexes.
Okay, so that was my first video, and apparently it took 2 days to shoot because of this scene, so be grateful. And, have fun. Subscribe to me on Twitter, which there will be a link below. Watch SketchyDudes, link below. Fall in love with me, please. I'm ever so alone. Below. And that's it. Stop laughing, Morgan. Okay, goodbye.